Good morning to all of you. Very good morning to all of you. With immense pressure, I, Usha Murlidhar, welcome you all to mark the beginning of Indian Society of Training and Development's 91st batch of Diploma in Training and Development. So I would like to begin by, saying a few words in the mark of, gurus. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. And with this, I would like to introduce you to our guests who are also gurus and, with immense background in training and development. Our special guest for today is Mr. Praveen George, CHRO Vedanta Sesa. Along with him, the keynote speaker for the day is Dr. Amit Jain, President Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Jaipur. And our ISTDNs, Mr. Atul Shah, who is our National President, Dr. LRK Krishnan, Chairman, Diploma Board, Mr. Atul Sharma, National Vice President, ISTD, and Dr. Bhupendra Kaushal, Executive Director, ISTD. A great thank you to all of you to be present here and to motivate our students. With much ado, I would like to introduce and call upon our leaders for the day. First and foremost, I would like to call upon Dr. Bhupendra Kaushal, Executive Director, ISTD. Sir is a human resource professional having 3 decades of experience in corporate sector HR. He has worked in leadership in HR roles in multiple organizations like Zydus Wellness, Jaipuria Group, JK Tires, Duncan, etc. He has done his master's degree in personal management, is also DLL and LW, PGD HRM, and PhD in management. Sir, I request you to come and share a few insights with our people here.
First of all, good morning to everyone. Really privileged to be, attend this beautiful session, and we welcome every student to begin the new beginning. As Madam start, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. So with this word, I think it is a good beginning. We hope the new student will learn many things from the learning panel, and hope will continue the journey of learning and continue the light in the times to come. Thank you so much. Over to Madam Usha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to call upon our special guest, Mr. Praveen George. Sir is a seasonal HR leader, people strategist, and situational leader. With over a 16 plus years of experience in metal and mining business, Sir is currently the Chief Human Resources Officer of Vedanta Sesa iron ore business, which is spread across 5 different states of India and operations in Liberia. And Sir would also be, after the speech, Sir will be moving to Liberia. So, Sir, wishing you all the best, a safe journey. And we would want, you to share a few words as you are an executive committee member of organization and play a pivotal role in strategizing and aligning HR processes to business strategy. It is, thereby adding value creation. Sir also has extensive working in aluminum and iron ore business of Vedanta. Sir is a versatile leader with proficiencies across all domains of HR, vis-a-vis to say talent management, organizational development, industrial relations, learning and development, employee engagement, rewards, etc. Sir, as you are an articulate speaker in various HR platforms, we request you to kindly motivate the students who have enrolled for a 91st batch of Diploma in Training and Development. Praveen, sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Usha. Very good morning to everyone. And very happy and pleased to be present here in the midst of this August gathering. I must personally thank Mr. Atul Shah for inviting me to be a part of this meeting today, and also the esteemed dignitaries of today from the ISTD and also Dr. Amit Jain. 91st batch of Diploma in Training and Development is a huge accomplishment in itself. So to conduct so many batches in training and development and to have this continued as a passion for many decades together is something which is a very commendable thing that ISTD has been doing for this country. So the role of human resources in an organization is very critical as we all know, it acts as a strategic partner in accomplishing the business objectives. So without human resources, accomplishing a business objective is going to be very difficult. So we have experienced this across multiple corporates, and my seniors and colleagues from corporates would also acknowledge for this fact. The very fact that human resource forms the backbone of helping accomplish organizational objectives is very important, and learning and development plays a pivotal role in terms of accomplishing the goals that we have set for human resources. So be it designing the right leadership in the organization, or to have the right people in place doing the right job, or to provide people with training to be able to cope up with the requirements of change in this VUCA world, or even when it comes to having top performance management systems to ensure that you have your top performers clearly identified and rewarded distinguishingly, and also various other domains of HR that play a vital role in terms of organization success. This diploma course in training and development is going to act as a great lever in the entire industry, helping professionals like all of you who have enrolled for this course to be pioneers in this industry and help the industry accomplish all its objectives. For industries like metal and mining in Vedanta, I would like to say that training and development plays a very, very important role, because we are an industry which is niche in nature, and it involves specialized skills when it comes to extracting minerals from the earth or refining and smelting metals from the minerals that is such extracted. So we have niche set of talents that are there, and these are not aplenty when it comes to requirements from the larger base of talent that is available in the market. Even on a very lighter note, we always say that, for example, somebody moves in an aluminum business from one business to the other, they either move into Vedanta, or they move into Nalco, or they move into Hindalco. That's it. You have only 3 or 4 players that is there in the complete industry. So the skill that is required, and to retain that kind of a skill and to keep growing that kind of a skill in an industry like us, is very, very important. That is where the focus of training and development in an organization like us plays an important role in terms of building capabilities and creating leaders from inside. I'd like to give a couple of examples in terms of how we take learning and development very seriously in corporates like us. As a management objective, we decided that we would groom our women leaders to become board members or even executive committee members in each of our strategic business units. At a very small percentage of around 12% representation in the executive committee, today we have grown on to have a representation of around 22%. It is because of a specialized learning program that we designed for our women employees, which is called as Tarang. And the program Tarang was so defined that high potential women employees who were extremely good performers over a period of time were identified and were subjected to some skill building activity that lasted over 12 months. What did we do in this 12 months? There was a structured assessment that was done in the form of psychometric assessment to understand their capabilities and abilities to grow into the leadership role as a primary assessment. And the second thing what we did was we custom created a particular course that could span across all the different functions of how an organization functions. Example, a person who is a women officer who is working in a commercial department which purchases material was subjected to 10 to 12 different training programs that were different from what her own domain would be. For example, they would be given a complete training program in terms of how HR functions, what are the policies that exist in HR, and something in finance in terms of how cost gets booked, how revenues get generated, how margins get optimized. And for some people, and for the same lot, the operational background was also given in terms of how our factories operate, how our mines operate, where does the raw material come from, and what is the processing that is involved in it, and how do we produce the final goods. They also got to understand the entire supply chain for them to appreciate what it takes for us to invest money as a cost and then thereafter process it and prepare finished goods and to market it in a very niche market and get profits. So a complete kind of an awareness was given to them to prepare them as a wholesome leader, to be able to be seated in an executive board and to be contributing and to be a part of the leadership in itself. So by this way, we have identified around 25 different leaders who were able to step up to this domain and participate in this management level discussions and take up roles that are in a leadership kind of a nature. So that is one example of how training and development helped us groom women leaders from being at a middle level leaders to become the executive leaders in the organization. Another example that I can tell you is that we identified our successors or potential successors from within the organization by conducting an assessment development center. So what it gave to us was it got us the high potentials identified through this assessment development center. Thereafter, what we did is we custom created programs with ISB Hyderabad, which was designed in such a way that it addressed to the 6 important competency framework requirements of Vedanta. So they were so designed in such a way that leaders were groomed in each of these domains and appraised and were given a month-long training program in these domains, in each of these 6 competencies, for them to be able to step up to that next domain. So today we have a set of such leaders who are ready to step into the leadership roles at any point in time. And what better than having a internally groomed succession pipeline? As such, Vedanta as an organization is an organization that believes in grooming leaders from within. You will hardly find us going into the market looking out for people for hiring. Instead, we believe in the talent that we have invested for ourselves. With that kind of a setup, the importance of learning and development plays a very pivotal role in terms of having the right people in our place. We call it as management in place in our organization. When we say management in place, it is about having the right people in place. Right people has 2 contexts. Right people in today's context to be ready to take up the leadership baton. And the second ones are the successors in pipeline, so that we are not in disarray when somebody decides to pursue something which is different from what they are currently doing. So we also had some deliberations in our organizations in terms of why training is so important. We, in fact, as an organization, do not take people from any colleges. We have an empaneled list of colleges. So we go there and select people from the IITs, IIMs, XLRIs, and so on and so forth. So despite taking people from there, the role of training and development has proved to be very, very important. What has made it very important is it helps us build the gap that arises out of performance, because we all understand that every individual is a different individual. They bring in different capabilities into the organization, and the delivery in terms of what is expected out of them is supposed to be different with respect to the context that they work in and with respect to their own capabilities, the knowledge, and the team that they work across. So in the ambit of what we understand as competency, from knowledge aspects, from the skill aspects, and the attitudinal aspects, so we find where the gaps are present when we do our performance appraisal, and that forms as a source for us to identify training needs that serves as input for us to prepare a plan or design training programs that helps us accomplish the organizational objectives. Because when we have superior performers in the organization, the results are definitely to be accomplished by all means. We also have a very, very tightly mapped performance management system, which helps us map our KPIs, which we call as key performance indicators, very tightly, so that accomplishment of performances is measured very objectively, and the gaps are able to be obtained very meaningfully, so that the employee and the reporting manager are able to agree upon certain training plans that will help develop the employee to step up to that next level. So in toto, I would like to say that learning and development plays a very important role in organizations across the country and across the globe. And with the advent of COVID, this became even mobile. There were times when we were very happy that the classroom training programs that happened turned out to be moving into conference halls, video conferences, and into telepresence facilities. In fact, Vedanta was a pioneer in terms of creating telepresence facility, where we stopped traveling to facilities that offered us training program and resorted to ourselves getting into video conferencing rooms and telepresence rooms where data could be shared, where people could attend training programs in videos. But COVID made that also obsolete. It made us come in front of our desktops. It made us come in front of our palm tops and iPads and phones. And it made training reach every single corner of the room inside one's own house in itself. So with that advent, the way training is delivered, the way training is designed, and the way it requires to be captivating to an audience, despite not being present physically, has gone up by leaps and bounds. With such kind of changes in this VUCA world, training plays an important role, and it has become available at the hands of employees or the audience in organizations at a very easy pace. And beyond physical training programs, today training programs have become available in the desktops or laptops or mobile phones of every employee. For example, we have partnered with an e-learning solution called LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning provides us training programs on multiple such domains and is available in micro modules. In other sense, every training program lasts like only 30-40 minutes. Like each of us likes to watch a web series, it becomes very easy for us to get into a training program over a series of packages like this and is made available to us at our hand. What this has done disruptively is made training available to employees at any point in their time to their convenience. They can do it at their own way. Okay, I'll address to that query a little later. There was somebody typing something. Okay, so I was saying that the programs have now become available to employees at their own palm tops, and they can do it at their own convenience. Maybe the managers find it difficult to release employees during the shift operations, or the employees find it difficult to manage work and this training program, but still are committed towards getting their capabilities built. So they have a convenience, they have their own ways of doing it at their own luxury. So this provides a complete change in the dynamics of how training and development has been perceived. With this kind of environment that is being present, the course like this exclusively on Diploma for Training and Development is going to serve a world of good for all the participants that have enrolled in this. And I'm sure you're all going to enlighten the entire industry with best practices in terms of learning and development and best in terms of content building and delivery. I wish you all the very best. And I want to thank the officials of ISTD for having me here for this wonderful occasion. And I deem it my personal privilege to be a part of this meeting. Thank you so much. Back to you, Usha, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. And sir, the passion for learning and development that we could sense in here is definitely, motivating for all of us who are in this field of learning and development. And that passion continues as you are an internal trainer with Vedanta also at this juncture. So, sir, once again, thank you so much for gracing the occasion today. You have to fly to Liberia, West Africa. You still took out time, upon me asking you to come. Really commendable, sir. Once again, a big thank you to you.
Thank you so much, Usha, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sir, and sir will be leaving. So, that's the reason I asked sir and I thanked him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha, ma'am. Usha, ma'am, but I would like to take a couple of minutes to acknowledge a couple of questions that have come on the chat. If that is not a problem, then I will address them right away.
Please, sir.
So Vikram, I hear you ask this question saying that glad to hear about the initiatives taken by Vedanta Sasagova on personal and behavioral skills and competency improvement from our esteemed customer. Would like to hear more from you about how you are improving or taking initiatives for product and technical competencies. This is a very important question because like I told you, we are a very niche industry. A mining industry thrives in terms of how we use our machinery. We call them as heavy earth moving machinery. So we get involved with excavators, we get involved with wheel loaders, heavy dumper trucks, ripper dozers, and all of these equipments, and also a little bit of drilling and blasting that is involved. In all of these subjects, we have a blend of learning in terms of making it virtual and in terms of making it physical. Largely, today, this is, I would say, 50-50 because we tie up with partners who are original equipment manufacturers. We call them OEMs. So they come up to our sites and explain the best ways of how to operate the products, the best productive ways of fuel consumption, the best ways of operating the equipments to the best possible extent. The second, another thing is when we have international experts in these domains, we have them over Zoom meetings. We have them over team meetings. And third way of doing this is, like I'm an internal trainer for various subjects, there are around 40 internal trainers that we have in our environment. What we do is, we arrange for recording of each of these subject matter experts' expertise in a well-designed training program. What we do is, once we have assessed the training gaps out of this identification program, we map them in the form, or we design them in the form of a training program. We custom create a module and video record it and upload it in our intranet portal for us to make it available for employees at any point in time for them to access to it. So this makes it also virtually available and at convenience of employees, and makes it to reach all kind of audience. In fact, like Usha ma'am was saying, I'm today leaving to Liberia. Liberia operates at 5.5 hours behind us. Okay, so they are on GMT. We are GMT plus 5.5 hours. So when it is daytime to us today, they are still sleeping in the night. So it's only by noon time for us would they wake up. So my training programs that happen in the morning do not become not available for them. They are video recorded. They are made available to them. And in the second half of the entire day, they are accessible to our internal trainers also, and they can get their doubts as well clarified. So this is the way that we tend to organize our training programs, which are specific in nature. I hope it addresses the questions of Vikas. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. LRK Krishnan, who is a consultant and professor of practice, OB, HR, ER, and LL. And he is Chairman Diploma Board, ISTD. Sir is experienced in HR and ER professional. He brings with him leadership perspectives in contemporary HR training, leadership development, employee relations, and labor laws. And the best part is he's recipient of multiple awards. And the most recent award is Dr. Sarvapalli Krishnan's Distinguished Professor and Researcher Award 2022. He's an outstanding and passionate teacher. And we are proud to have him, to say that he is also a diploma holder in training and development from ISTD. It's an honor that he will be our faculty for paper 1 of business strategy in HR for the 91st batch. Dr. Krishnan, will definitely love to hear from you.
Thank you, Usha ma'am. Just a small correction, Sarvapalli Radha Krishnan, not Krishnan. So you just, that is okay. Anyway, good morning to all of you. A very warm welcome, respected Professor Dr. Amit Jain, Vice Chancellor of Amity University. Thanks for coming, sir. Mr. Praveen George, my ex-industry colleague. Thanks for joining us for this momentous occasion. It's a moment of truth, a moment of truth. 91st batch is now going through the induction. It has been a long journey thus far. It has been a journey that has had its ups and downs. We have built this program with a very clear focus to serve the cause of the industry, serve the cause of the country at large in terms of skill development, upskilling. National Skill Development Council can be assumed as an offshoot of all the visionary leaders thought over few decades. We have been relentlessly working on providing a platform for youngsters to our other OP members who are present here today for this inaugural orientation induction program. I must tell you something which Mr. Praveen George just harped on. Having worked with India's largest business house as a CHRO and CLO, the Reliance Group, and whatever he spoke about technology, working alongside Mukesh Bhai and thereafter with Anil Bhai. 2007 itself, even much before what Mr. Praveen George mentioned about pandemic, we created a platform for virtual digital hiring, virtual digital training through our video conferencing facility. Thereafter, very importantly and significantly, the whole training learning function got to be virtual, real time, especially when it came to operations and maintenance. Various technical resources, non-technical resources were given an opportunity to learn on case study, real-time basis on various problem solving, performance management, in terms of, handling issues on the ground. So very importantly, technology, disruptive technologies is today the game changer. For all of you who are coming in here, we are going to provide you a lot of inputs on the subject matter of learning and development. However, most importantly, all of you will have to become data scientists, will have to be completely clued into technology. We'll have to be clued into technology because the future is where technology resides. So work practices are getting impacted. So upskilling is the huge challenge, the only challenge rather for all HR professionals, training professionals. So upskilling driven by technology disruptions, change in business cycles is warranting upskilling on a real-time basis. All entrepreneurs, business managers, leaders, focal point is productivity. Very clearly a direct impact on bottom line, top line. So all of you trainers, please take this great opportunity that ISTD provides to get acclimatized, familiarized, tuned with what industry demands. And our curriculum, our syllabus, our training faculty is a conduit. Am I audible? Because I'm getting a feedback that my internet is unstable. Am I audible, Usha?
Yes, sir. It's a bit going here and there.
Usha, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So, ISTD through this program, this medium, a conduit is going to give you a great opportunity to get connected with industry leaders, trainers, subject matter experts, most importantly, training specialists who will guide you through the nuances of training, development, learning development, and various teaching methodologies, and most importantly, preparing you for the challenges that lay ahead. So I welcome Professor Dr. Amit Jain, and I'm sure his thoughts and his inputs to all of you will be a guiding spirit way forward during your journey at ISTD. Thank you very much. I thank all the NC members, everybody in ISTD who is present today, and I welcome all the students for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I'd like to call upon Mr. Atul Shah, who's the National President of ISTD. Our National President is from Goa and is an All India double gold medalist from ISTD. So guys, we have a double gold medalist here with us, the course that you're going to pursue, and we look forward that, all of you will definitely get the gold medal. He has been, presented the Trainer's Icon Award also by the Training Association. He served in the corporate arena in Mukund Limited, Mumbai and GSP. He later joined central government service, heading the HRD division in MPT under Ministry of Shipping. He has been a director of IMTR, Institute of Management, Training and Research. He's a founder chairman of GITS India. He has piloted over 3,500 workshops and training programs. He's also the co-founder of 4.5 AM Club and global head of Yaha 6. It's an honor, sir, that you are our national president and you're from the training field. We request you to kindly share your journey with our students today.
Right, thank you. And I dive deep into 3 specific points. Point number 1, a quote that has been very close to me ever since I did my diploma program in 2002. You make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give. The million rupees question is what to give. Money and material has oft been quoted as the only ways to give. But now money and material have gone down specifically and significantly down the pecking order. Today, giving has undergone a paradigm shift. Giving is hope. Giving is encouragement. Giving is motivation. Giving is a pat on the back. Giving is feedback. Giving is a listening ear. Giving is an idea. Giving is direction. And the best way to give all this is by being in the training arena. Training and trainers are a paragon in giving. Giving is an art, and with training, we have all made a start. Point number 2. You never grow old. You never grow old. But once you stop growing, you will become old. In this illustrious, and as we get into the exciting 90s, in the 91st batch, we have a magic mix of entrepreneurs, doctors, engineers, lawyers, corporate professionals, L&D leaders, government officers, lecturers, teachers, marketing executives, freelancers, all adults, sashaying on the path of continual improvement. I salute and compliment you for recharging yourself on this wonderful journey of discovering yourself. Compliments and kudos, as this path of self-discovery, gyan sharing, and personal propulsion will make you, apart from everybody else you come across, as better individuals. Notice and remember that the biggest and best learner in the training hall is the trainer. Learn to survive, and learning ensures survival. Point number 3, a very interesting and in quote for all, especially the younger generation. First, break all the rules. It's a very popular mantra and a very popular book too. But I differ. First, learn all the rules. Then you will know which are the rules you have to tweak and break. And you must break the rules. If you follow all the rules, you'll remain a follower. You have to break a few rules to become a leader. Mahatma Gandhi broke the rules that only violence could overthrow governments. He broke the rules, used non-violence, and tried something different. As a trainer, you will have to innovate. But if you break the rules without mastering the rules, you may drive on the right side of the road, break the rules, and break your bones too. By rules, we mean norms that need an expiry date. Innovate not just out of the box, that's a cliche now, but think out of the training hall too. Step number 1 is learn the rules, master the rules, let the rules sink in, master the norms, digest the fundamentals, ruminate on the basics. And that is where our unique diploma in training and development comes in. It's been tested over a period of time and only got better with every diploma board, including our present one. We all know that the destination is important. We all also know the very popular quote that the journey is more important. But equally important is the company. Experience the joy of sharing with your own colleagues in your own batch. Learn to share and share to learn. To all our finest fresh entrants and associates of the 91st batch, our National Council members, our past diploma holders whom we hold with pride and respect, our diploma board, our national OB, our national headquarters team, with everybody, we offer you a wonderful journey of learning and sharing together. All the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. That was inspiring to all of us. Now, I'd like to call upon our keynote speaker, Dr. Amit Jain. Sir is President Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Rajasthan. You know, sir has served as Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean Faculty of Management at Amity University, Rajasthan. Sir is also former Director, International Collaborations and Professor, CAPME School of Business, Manipal University, Jaipur. He is also Director, School of Hotel Management from December 2015 to June 2019. And sir has immensely designed and conducted various training programs. To name a few, they are related to marketing orientation, effective selling skills, customer relationship management, managerial effectiveness, and the list definitely goes on. And sir is a life member of ISTD for several decades now. Sir, it's an honor that you are gracing the occasion today for our students of 91st batch of Diploma in Training and Development. Would love to hear from you as you come from this background. Thank you, sir. Looking forward.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm properly audible.
Yes, sir.
I'm also not in my office today and traveling, so there might be some, network issues. I apologize for that in advance. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. I'm truly delighted and honored to be part of this orientation or induction program for the 91st batch of diploma program. The 91st batch itself reflects that this program has existed for more than 45 years now, because we have 2 intakes in a year, and that speaks about the credibility, the popularity, and the expertise this program has delivered to the industry and to the corporate professionals. I'm grateful to Honorable National President Mr. Atul Shahji and Honorable National Vice President Atul Sharma ji for calling me personally and extending this invitation. You are so humble. I'm really grateful to both of you. I'm grateful to all the National Council members. My regards to Dr. L.R. Krishnan, the Chairman of the Board, all the office bearers, all the leaders of ISTD at national, regional, and chapter level. All of you are doing wonderful job. As I always recollect whenever I'm at ISTD forum, that the motto of ISTD is to help people grow, right? That the helping people grow is the tagline that we have been following, and you are giving full credentials to this tagline of ISTD by volunteering for so many of wonderful work. Talking about the orientation, I'm also grateful I can see some of the past national presidents also who have joined. So my association with the diploma program is of last 15 years, where directly as a faculty member I have been associated, and I have seen all 3-4 versions of the program that the program has transformed into now today. So from the physical mode classrooms that we used to have, to this virtual classroom and the induction program that we are having now. So having seen all the versions, it is really, an honor to be part of this program. Let's talk about orientation. And obviously, as a keynote speaker, as part of this orientation program, I am expected to give my 50 cents to this wonderful program that all of you will be undergoing. So when it comes to starting something, or when we talk about orientation, the word orientation in Hindi we call it as Diksha Aram, because today all of you are taking to develop yourself. You are taking a resolution. You have made a resolution to upskill yourself. And when you do that, you are basically starting with a Diksha, and today is the Aramb of that. I know some of my friends might be from non-Hindi belt, but Diksha Aramb word relates more to Sanskrit, so everyone will be able to relate to it. So let's try to decode what this Diksha Aramb means for all of us, and probably that will be my message for the day. When we talk about the D in the Diksha, the word D actually represents disruption. And many of the past speakers have talked about being innovative, being a catalyst for growth. Mr. George also shared some of the best practices. He also shared how they have created a learning management system within the organization when everyone can learn at their own pace, at their own time, right? And the best part of his speech, which I liked, was that it becomes like a OTT show where you can kind of binge watch or you can learn at a stretch multiple modules. Very much disruption is required in the field of training and development. The reason is when we use word disruption, it means breaking the old patterns. And when we break the old patterns, we create the space for innovation and new possibilities. We have seen a lot of organizations like Ola or Uber revolutionizing the transportation, Amazon and Flipkart redefining the shopping. Disruptive innovation shape how we live, how we interact, and probably this kind of disruption, I'm very happy to share, ISTD Diploma program has been able to do and make, because from running contact classes at 40, 50 centers, now we are in one classroom, in one window. I can see close to 160 participants have already joined. This is the beauty of this disruption that we are looking at in the field of training and development. The E of Diksha represents enthusiasm. Nothing can beat the positive attitude and mindset that we can make. There is no substitute for work, but a positive and winning attitude like Mr. Atul Shah, National President, carries will definitely bring success. And Mr. Atul Sharma, who is also an eternal optimist. So their positivity brings a positive vibe to the learning culture that we all have. The second E in Diksha stands for end. But I am not ending here because my Arambh is still remaining as part of my speech. But what end I am referring to? I am actually referring to beginning with the end in the mind. This from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People of Stephen Covey, which and with end in the mind. That is, you should have the end result or goal in your mind before taking any action, because every step you take is purposeful and aligned with your ultimate goal. So if you start with the outcome rather than the objective, you will have a very clear agenda that what and in how many ways you can benefit from this diploma program. We all talk about having smart objectives, but let's talk about having smart outcomes, well defined at the beginning itself. And since we are starting our Diksha today, let's think about the outcomes that we will have as an individual from this particular program. The K of Diksha stands for knowledge. So we all today refer to R, that is attitude, skills, and knowledge. We all refer to cash, knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. So knowledge empowers you to transform challenges into opportunities, turning dreams into realities. And with each insight that you will have, you will be able to contribute effectively to your organization. So there is no substitute to gaining knowledge. I'm so happy that so many stalwarts of ISTD are sitting here, will be teaching you, guiding you throughout this journey of this diploma program, and you must benefit from their knowledge and experience. The S of Diksha for me stands sharpening the saw. Sometimes we say that dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare, to dukh kahe ko hoye. Now, what actually it means, I'll translate it, that we all try to work hard when we are in difficulty. But if we adopt a growth mindset from day one, we will not have difficulties at all. And that's what this Doha or this couplet basically talks about. The H of Diksha for me stands for habit. But habit itself, you remove H, a bit remains. You remove A, bit remains. You remove B, it remains. So forming right habits on day one will help you a lot. Okay, I think, I shared the internet connection is a problem today, but I'll try to, compensate for it by speaking slightly slow. Probably I'll be audible. I hope I'm making sense. All of thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. So when we talk about habits, so this program will give you a lot of opportunities to set right routine. Let me tell you, dear friends, you are very right. There is a difference between online training and offline training. But the fact remains that in online training, responsibility is the. So if you adopt the mantra of learning, unlearning, and relearning, be able to develop right mindset, right habit, and you will be able to take through in this program with confidence once you complete it. The A of Diksha for me represents ability skills. All focus on personal, interpersonal, and group skills that we can develop during the program. I've been part of this program as a faculty, and I know how many different wonderful WhatsApp groups we used to create in order to, disseminate the knowledge, share our learning, and be more effective, right? So that ability or skill can be developed, right? Continue acquiring future-proof skills because it could be your technology readiness, it could be your data analytics or HR analytics capability, but new skills will help you. Let's move on to Aram, and I'll try to wind up quickly in 5-7 minutes. I hope I have 5 more minutes to speak. Atulji, if I am not eating into somebody else's time.
Couple of minutes, sir, because 11 we have the classes starting, but you're on the right track and very insightful.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'll take 5 to 6 minutes sharp. So let's Aramb this Diksha now. And this Aramb happens with the A of attitude. Your attitude is a force that will drive your success. Carol Drew in Mindset talks about having a growth mindset. And I relate it very much with having a very positive attitude. The R of Aramb stands for reasoning. Start looking at things with a rationale. Be inquisitive. Explore. Find the right solution to every problem you have. If you have a doubt and query, put it across immediately. You may not get the answer at that particular moment, but when you raise a question, you also raise this question to yourself. And definitely your mind will start working to find a solution to it. The A of this Aram stands for ambition. If you are ambitious, if you want to grow in life, if you are proactive, if you are open to new ideas, sky is the limit. And very recently, entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk have proved that now even sky is not the limit by going into the space. And that's the power of ambition. That's the power of dreaming. Dream big, achieve big. The M of Aramb stands for time management. I know with your hectic working schedule, giving time on Saturdays and Sundays for your program, right? Managing time is going to be a challenge. And I believe if you are able to differentiate between important and urgent, you will be able to work in a much better way, because if you are able to manage your time well, you'll be able to manage your stress also and move through this program. The B in Aramb stands for behavior. It also talks about personality. It also talks about your demeanor. It also talks about your interpersonal skills. You need to work on that. And the last word of Aramb for me is H, which talks about humility and empathy. All your leaders are full of humility. All your leaders, all your faculty members are full of empathy. Embrace humility as your strength. It turns your achievements into opportunities to uplift others and foster a true sense of greatness. This H for me also represents helping people grow. The ISTD. So where the Diksha Aram starts with disruption, it ends with humility and empathy. And I believe all of you will have a great learning experience throughout this program. That's it from my side. I'm truly honored and humbled being here, speaking to all of you. Have a great learning experience ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. A unique definition of Diksha Aram that you gave today is commendable. Thank you very much for your time. Now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Atul Sharma, National Vice President, ISTD. Atul sir is an alumni of Delhi University and IIM Bangalore. Sir's background is HR, L&D, and General Management. Sir has worked in multiple MNCs and Indian corporation. Currently, he's engaged in corporate consulting, executive coaching, leadership development, and research. Sir, I'd like to call you for a vote of thanks. Atul, sir. Atul Sharma, sir.
Yeah,
Got disconnected.
he's having an issue unmuting.
Gurvinder ji, can you unmute him?
I'm
Atul
just checking.
Sharma ji ko.
There's that Murphy's law, you know, whatever
Yeah.
wrong will go wrong. But then there's always a solution, light at the end of the tunnel. There he comes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Usha. And we have heard words of wisdom, from a lot of luminaries. First, Mr. Praveen George, then also Mr. L.R.K. Krishnan, as well as Mr. Atul Shah, and of course, Dr. Amit Chan. And everybody had a perspective to what we are going to do and what we should be doing. So the beauty, I would say, of our program is, first of all, ISTD is a legacy organization which has a very, very impressive past, and we are all proud of it. I mean, all those who get associated, immediately that pride comes into them. The second factor which I want to say, since it's our legacy, it is our flagship program, and we are very happy, therefore you see a lot of people who are not directly connected with the running of the program, but they are our National Council members. They took time, some of the national presidents, to participate in this initial start of the program, which is the orientation. So kickoff is really, really important, and I think the stage is set very well. And I want to thank all these speakers for useful and I would say creative views that they have expressed. For example, Mr. Atul Shah said, "Learn to survive, and learning ensures survival." And Mr. Praveen George said how they are developing the women, employees in leadership positions, looking at knowledge, skill, and attitude. Dr. L.R.K. Krishnan said, the technology is the key for future for all of us. And Dr. Amit Jain said, more about how you learn in Diksha and also how you will be successful through various parameters. Aram also he said, so which is very, very good. And what I like to say is that, it's a culture that you create at a place, and therefore it's important that we stay connected. Your, of course, all the tutors will be with you from time to time. But I want to tell all the participants who are here, please learn the techniques, please learn the culture, please learn what is important for you. And then later on, you can discard what you don't need, what is applicable should be applied. And please be in touch. We'll be always there, more than happy to, service you, or let's say help you or guide you, and to be, with you anytime, anywhere, because we don't need to be physically present. I'm calling right now from Bangalore, so it's an all India, group that we have, which is really, really very enriching. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined in, Madam Usha, for organizing this kickoff meeting for the new batch of 91st Diploma in Training and Development. And also thanks to Mr. Atul Shah, Mr. L.R.K. Krishnan, and of course, Mr. Praveen George has left, and Dr. Jain for your being present and taking our invitation. And of course, I see Dr. Banwet. I'm not able to see others, but thank you, all of you, very, very much. And all the best for your new beginning. And let's have some comments after a few, let's say, couple of weeks. How are you feeling with this program? What's your, dipstick, idea on what's going on, which you like and what you will like to be. Thank you. All the best. And over to LRK Krishnan for his first session,
Yeah.
technical session.
Yeah, before that, Atul sir, आप कुछ बोल रहे?
I think I got to thank Atul Sharma and got to thank also to all the students that our NHQ staff with Madam Usha, Mr. Gurvinder, our ED, they have done a wonderful job and they'll take great care of you. So thanks and compliments to everybody from the NHQ team. They've been doing a wonderful job, and our diploma board has been on their toes to make sure that your learning is, like Mr. L.R. Krishnan said, state of the art in terms of technology and the latest tools. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, thank you.
definitely-
Sorry, I missed to take the national office staff.
Also grateful to Dr. Koshal and his entire team for wonderful coordination.
Thank you.
Take your leave now.
Excellent
Thank you.
time management.
So,
11
yeah.
a.m. We have to end. Mr. L.R. Krishnan's class starts. That's perfect time management and the hallmark of professionalism, which we want all the students to maintain every class. Thank you.